review na lang din. This offers fund switching, so you can paano ba? Pwede mong paglaruan yung account, yung account, yung VUL side, so that you will be able to tap into opportunities in the movement of the market also, whether that's bonds or equities. Of course, redemption. This is the only VUL na wala pong there is no surrender charge even in the first year. And of course, the option to attach riders. This is the only VUL that we have that you can attach every rider to. Basta VUL, then a rider. But every rider that we have in Philam Life, you can attach it to Family Secure. Excuse me. Right, so what we will do for this morning is we will do FAB, the Feature, Advantage, and Benefit Model. So far, this is the most effective platform na introduced in a training team, and Philam Life's training team is actually known to be one of the best in the industry. They're so good na kaya na nilang i-train yung mga leaders to also do this for you, di ba? Yan. So again, the FAB model is a selling technique in which the seller ties every feature with an advantage or benefit that the customer wants or thinks is desirable. So, di ba, we show them a feature and we tell them the advantage and the benefit for them. So basically, F or feature is answers what is it, the objective and observable characteristic of your product or service. It remains unchanged whether the prospect buys or not. So kahit bumili siya ng Family Secure or hindi, feature talaga yon ni Family Secure. A is advantage. How does it work? Of course, what's in it for me, nung kliyente? What's in it for the client? So, the payoff of the advantage and the value the product provides to this individual prospect. Okay. Life coverage. And the advantage is it can protect us until the age of 100, since it's a regular pay insurance plan. And the benefit is, of course, the family fund other needs kung sakaling may nangyari sa atin. And then Family Secure is unique from the other VULs. This is the only VUL. This is one of two VULs that ang coverage niya is the face amount, the sum assured na kinote natin, pinropose natin from the start, plus the account value. And of course, the face amount shall depend on the basic premium and the multiplier for the insured's age. So yan yung death benefit. Yan, please note lang, in cases where chosen funds perform poorly, death benefit may be equal to the minimum guaranteed death benefit, which is 5 times your basic annual premium plus 125% of every top-up made, less 125% of each withdrawal. Okay, quick snapshot lang of the table of face amount multiples or multipliers. So the highest multiplier that we have is at 96 times our basic premium. So if we're paying 1,000, that's times 96. At age 0 to 29, 30, it's times 95. Of course, it goes down as we get older. But yun, imagine for 1,000 pesos, that's already 96,000. That's already 96,000 in coverage. Again, so for an example, an insured male who is 30 years old has an annual premium of 30,000 pesos. So a multiplier of 95, total face amount is 2.8 million or 2,850,000 to be exact. And then couple the life insurance coverage of 2.8 million, we have the protection bonus. What is the protection bonus? At the beginning of the policy and every time the premiums are paid within the grace period, so hindi tayo naglalapse, additional free term protection coverage equal to 10% of the face amount will be given. If there will be increase or decrease in coverage, bonus will be based on the new face amount. So, diba, for yan. Again, going back to the example, for someone covered for 2.855 to 2,850,000, he pays his premium next. He starts at 30, he pays it from 30 to 31 during the entire year bago siya mag-anniversary. Ang coverage niya is 3,135,000. And if he pays again the following year, it's again 3,135,000 because of the protection bonus. Paano kung hindi naman siya nagbayad at age 32? Hindi siya nakapagbayad. At age 33, coverage from 32 to 33, given na kung meron siyang account value and na-sustain naman ng premium during the premium holiday, which again, we will explain later, his coverage will still remain 2,850,000. But if he pays again the following year, babalik po yung protection bonus. So again, his coverage is 3,135,000. So diba, the benefit for the client is he can or she can increase his or her coverage cost-free. So it doesn't cost them anything. It's a bonus already just by paying their premiums on time and regularly. Now, yung sasabi ko kanina, guaranteed increase in face amount for key life events. The advantage is it's an option for the client for additional protection coverage up to 5% of the original face amount. Mag-grant sa kanya without proof of insurability. Ibig sabihin, i-request niya lang sa kanya, i-request lang sa company, ibibigay sa kanya extra 5% for every key life event. Now, some things to consider regarding this. The resulting face amount should not exceed the maximum face amount limit. And then there's a maximum of 5 key life events per life. Key life event is defined as marriage, the birth of a child, and a death of a spouse. So if one of these things happens, it can be considered a key life event. We can increase our coverage. Of course, submission of legal documents is required. So kung kinasal, the marriage certificate. If a child is born, the birth certificate. And of course, if a spouse passes away, we need to present a death certificate. And then life event should occur within the past 1 year from submission of proof of occurrence. So ibig sabihin, if for example, sino bang pwede nating example? For example, if I were to get married by January and I have a family secure and I want to get this key life event benefit, I need to file yung key life event na benefit from January 20, let's say next year 2022 hanggang December 2022 bago mag January 1 ulit, for example January 1. So it has to be made during the course of the year. And of course, insured should not be 60 years old and above. So medyo may limit lang din. Pag 60 years old na, hindi na rin magagamit yung key life event. And of course, maximum substandard class D as of time of request. Later on siguro we'll explain the nuances of the medical rating. But class D is basically ayun, medyo mababa yung ating health rating. So in this case, pag class D, di pa kasi naka-encounter ng someone who is obese can be classified as class D. Some are still acceptable na obese na clients at class D. So at the very least, class D rating para ma-approve itong claim. Okay. Second is additional protection coverage up to 5% of the original face amount shall be granted without proof of insurability for every key life event. So hindi na kailangan ng health statement, hindi na kailangan magsagot ng mga have you in the past 5 years visited a hospital or a clinic for test done, etc. No need. Kailangan lang ipasa yung request and the proof of a key life event. And so for example, we go back to the insured. Bigyan natin ito ng pangalan. So since si DJ na lang to. So for example, DJ. Si DJ is insured, 30 years old, 30,000 premium. Again, the face amount is 2.8 million pesos. Now, from 30, at the age of 33, nanganak si Carla, in this case, for example. Ayan. So from 2,850,000, nag-file si DJ ng Key Life Event Benefit. So yung 2,850,000 niya, that's an additional 142,500. Again, it's guaranteed. Kailangan lang ibigay yung proof, yung request, tsaka yung proof of a Key Life Event. And then, so the new base face amount is 2,992,500. Yan. Of course, again, we go back kasi meron pang may protection bonus. So it's 3,291,750 in total. Okay. So again, increase your coverage as your protection needs increase. I forgot to mention that Family Secure, when it was made, it's really made for the breadwinner, starting young, and then it's positioned to be turned into a retirement plan as the years go by. So as more key life events happen, of course, si Philam Life gives the client, the proposed insured, greater coverage para naman matustusan yung mga pangangailangan just in case something happens. And if nothing happens, it can be, later on we'll talk about dialing it down to become a retirement plan. Ayan. Ayan, itong sample lang na to, paano pag hindi nakapagbayad at age 34, so wala yung protection bonus. So yung yung extra 142,000 yung nakalagay sa Key Life Event. So pag nagbayad ulit, of course, a protection bonus of 10% goes back. Okay, another feature is the ability to increase the face amount. So additional protection coverage up to 150% of the original face amount starting at the second year of the plan may be granted subject to approval and contestability of the underwriting department. Old, he got a plan of family secure plan 50,000. And then after 5 years, bumili siya ng bahay. And dahil bumili siya, require siya magkaroon ng mortgage redemption funds, or kumbaga security ng bangko na kahit may mangyari dun sa nag-loan sa kanila, bayad sila. Since the loan is more than 2,850,000, nag-request si DJ na itaas pa by 100, 1.5 times 1.5 nung kanyang existing coverage. So that's additional 1,425,000. That's the max for this particular benefit. That's 50% of the existing plan. So his new face amount or new coverage 4,275,000 na pwede nang panggamit for the MRI. In my case, a client of mine used this nga in this way. So we requested her 1.8 million na family secure to be increased to 2.2. So yan. So ginagamit ko na yung feature and benefit na to. So you can increase the face amount of family secure by request and of course by approval ng underwriting starting the second year. Although, ayan. Then of course the protection bonus still applies to this. 4,702,500 na yung kanyang new coverage. Yes, Argel, taho. Ayan. So nandidinig niyo rin po yung mga sounds of the street sa aming barangay. Ayan. Hindi nga lang ako makababa, syempre kasi dito ako kasama ninyo. Ayan, di ba mas magaling mag-project ng boses si Kuya. Anyway, the protection bonus applies also from dun sa new amount of coverage. Meron lang caveat, of course. This may affect the sustainability of your account value. So of course, an increase in coverage, this one kasi is no longer free. So meron na siyang cost of insurance. We'll explain that later, or if you have questions about that, we can discuss it later para mas maintindihan natin yung mga ganyang cost of insurance and ano nga ba yung mga charges sa ating mga policies. So ayan, the benefit for the client or the proposed insured is the increase of coverage as the protection needs increase. So hindi lang sa key life events, baka may iba pang nangyari na hindi naman covered ng key life event, we can still increase the face amount or the coverage. Okay. Pwede mag-increase, pwede din mag-decrease ng face amount. Of course, this is naman usually done by clients na gusto naman mas maraming pumunta sa kanilang premium sa account value. Although in this case, decreasing the face amount can only be done starting the 11th year. On the start of your 11th year, basically after 10 years of having family secure, protection coverage can be decreased up to 50% of the original face amount. So kung kanina plus 50% nung original face amount, pwede mo rin siyang ibaba to up to half of the original face amount. Yan, again, to shift the premium from your protection, from the cost of protection to your account value and savings. So again, sample to the 30-year-old DJ, 30,000 premium, face amount of 2,850,000. Excuse me. Yan. So ayan, in this case, 20 years naman. So well beyond the 11th year or the 10 years na kailangan matapos. At age 50, kaso girls, hindi man na sila Dylan or si Mason. Anyway, so since fictional naman to, so gumraduate na yung anak ni DJ at age 50. At dahil gumraduate na feel ni DJ, hindi ko na masyadong kailangan ng mataas na coverage kasi yung anak ko naman magtatrabaho na and can already be independent. So ibababa ko na so that I can start increasing the amount na pumupunta sa aking investment, sa kanyang investment. So from the original face amount of 2,850,000, ibababa yung coverage to half of it, which is 1,567,000. Bakit siya 1,567,000? Kasi of course may protection bonus pa rin na 142,500 because yun din, binibase pa rin naman yun dun sa current mong face amount. Basta, again, we keep on paying our premiums. And again, the benefit for the client is he can slowly turn his protection coverage to more of a retirement fund. Client can put a bigger portion of his money in his chosen funds to boost long-term savings goal like retirement. Yes, Zach, di ba? So you can decrease the face amount on the 11th year, after 10 years. So on your 11th, at the start of your 11th policy anniversary. That's why it can be turned into a retirement plan also. And augment or kumbaga to highlight pa that feature of turning it into a retirement fund is the dial down option. The dial down option is basically decreasing pa rin your face amount. But in this case, the dial down option at the age of 60 or at the end of the 10th policy year, whichever is later. So kung mauna ka mag-60, yung 10th policy year yung aantayin. Kung mauna ka namang mag-10 years, edi yung 60 years old natin ang aantayin, whichever is later. Client can choose to decrease the face amount to as low as 500% of the basic annual premium, or basically times 5. In this case, kay DJ na 30-year-old, yung 30,000 niya times 5 of that. Yan. So at the age of 60, kasi that's what came later for 30-year-old DJ, sabi niya, Red, gusto ko na mag-dial down because I really want to put more into my, I want to focus now on my retirement funding. So he dials down to just 150 or just times 5 of his annual premium of 30,000. Ayan, just to answer Gian, so no change in premium when we decrease the face amount, right? No. So the premium stays the same. It's, in this case, it's still 30,000. But since mas mababa na yung since ito na yung mababa na yung coverage, of course, the cost of insurance goes down also. So more of the 30,000 goes to the account value. Ayan. Yes, I agree with DJ, no? So this is the best product as long as you understand all the features. Kaya din medyo madetalye kasi ang Family Secure because it contains every rider. It has the most number of features. Ang dami mo sa kanyang pwedeng gawin. And yes, ayan, thank you, Ms. Nina. Tama. Advocate na si Ms. Nina ng FAMSEC. FAMSEC is indeed the best of it if it's insurance coverage that client wants to max on. Yan, di ba? Yan, TOT siya. The time that she covered a family corporation. Yan. Agree also with DJ, all FAs must have this as a personal plan. So ako, I have 2 family secures, one for retirement and one for critical illness. I'll show you how that will work later on when we go into the riders that we can attach. Ayan. So at the insured's death, the beneficiaries will receive 150,000 plus the account value or minimum guaranteed death benefit, whichever is higher. So in this case kasi, so yung 150,000 naman, hindi lang naman yan 150 because again, Family Secure is your face amount plus your account value. Ayan. So the benefit for the client and his family, the client can now put an even bigger portion of his money in his chosen funds, again, to boost long-term savings goal like retirement. So this is really for the long term. The FAMSEC's aim naman talaga is to be there for the entire life stage of the client. Okay. Yan. If you have questions lang then please use the chat box. And if you thank you also for those who are advocating and are affirming the beauty of Family Secure. Next, the account value. Again, Family Secure is a VUL or unit linked product. So we can accumulate cash over time with returns dependent on choice of investment fund. So right now, the investment funds available to Family Secure are the following: PAMI Philam Bond Fund, PAMI Philam Fund or our Balanced Fund, and our 2 equity funds, PAMI Philam Strategic Growth Fund and Philam Equity Index Fund. Teka lang, pa 10 seconds. All right, thank you. Okay, the benefit, of course, is provides potential high returns greater than inflation rate. So it's an investment and life protection coverage. And again, connected to the account value, the top-ups, we have the option to make an additional investment to the plan kung gusto nating pabilisin pa yung paglago ng ating retirement side, or if we just want to also save up more, since this plan does not have any surrender charges if we mean to withdraw from it. Yan. There are three kinds of top-ups. Ad hoc top-ups, which is basically yung mga one-time injections, independent of the time na nilalagay natin. Regular top-ups are timed with the plan. Special top-ups are usually done when there are pag medyo mababa yung ating health rating, yung ating medical rating, nag-i-impose ng special top-up si Philam para hindi mag-lapse agad yung ating family secure. The benefit, of course, of doing top-ups is it improves the sustainability to ensure longer coverage and increase potential returns over the long term. So an example of the power of top-up is this. So again, we go back to the original plan of 30-year-old DJ who has 30,000 premium. Tapos nag-decide siya to put 5,000 in top-ups. 5,000 in a year na yan. So an additional 5,000 of top-ups. So we see the blue line. If you see the blue line, yan yung family secure basic, which means yung 30,000 every year, the premium. And the violet or the purple line is the family secure with a 5,000 peso top up. So, and on the left side of the graph is yung amount niya in pesos, yung ating account value. So, si plain family secure, sum assured pala. So, si plain family secure account value at age 65 without top ups is 2,234,699. Paano kung yung nag-top up for the next 35 years ng 5,000 a year? Ayan, at the age of 65 with top ups of 5,000, just 5,000 a year, it's now ang kanyang account value is now 3,188,316. So sabi nga ni Arzel, not bad for almost 1 million in difference. That's a 42.7% difference already in your account value, in your investment growth compared to just a plain family secure without any top-ups. Yeah, so top-ups will be able to boost the living benefits also to fund other long-term financial goals. And of course, and you can withdraw this anytime. Features, advantage, and benefits next. The coverage protector. So you might hear about this in most of our VUL plans. The coverage protector is a continuous protection during the first, in this case, in family secure, continuous protection during the first 10 years, regardless of fund performance, as long as premiums are paid within grace period and there are no withdrawals. What do we mean? So si family secure, even if hindi pa nag-gain yung account value side, let's say, kunyari kumuha ng family secure February 2020 na approve. Tapos, di ba March 2020, the stock market, the market went down at least 30%. So negative 30%. Kahit na mag-negative 30% pa yan for the next 10 years, as long as we keep paying our premiums, the continuation of the plan of our family secure remains intact. So, di ba, even if our funds are underperforming, yung investments are performing negatively during the first 10 years, okay lang. Isusustain ni Philam Life yung plan because of the coverage protector. Again, family secure has the longest coverage protector of 10 years. The other plans, they have 2 years. Medyo it's jumping na to the other plans, but most VULs, they have 2 years na coverage protector. Yan. Next. And so how does a coverage protector work? its conditions. Again, regular premiums and special top-ups, if any, are continuously paid within the grace period. So hindi po tayo naglalapse. No withdrawals were taken during the first 10 years and no face amount increases were requested. So going back to the back, if you remember kanina may asterisk yung sa increase of the face amount, request for increase of the face amount. If a face amount increase was requested in the first within the first 10 years, nawawala si coverage protector. So yun lang din yung kailangan nating bantayan. The coverage protector is rescinded pag nag-request tayo ng face amount increase during the first 10 years. That's why nakalagay kanina that it might affect the account value. Yan. The company will continue. How does it work? Excuse me. The company will continue to deduct applicable fees and charges until the account value is 0. If the account value falls below 0, the deficient amount shall be recorded as a shortfall and shall continue to accumulate as at no interest until the account value becomes positive. And shortfalls are recorded as amount in debt. What does this mean? So let me explain in the next slides. And once premium payments are made while there is a shortfall, they shall be applied first to pay the shortfall amount. In case of death of insured, shortfall shall be deducted from the death proceeds. What does the shortfall mean? So this is how it works, the coverage protector. Yan, going back to 30-year-old DJ na nag-iba na yung kulay ng buhok in this case, naging blonde na, 30,000 an annual premium with a face amount of 2,850,000. Yan, 30,000 premium. Later on, as when we discuss the underwriting aspects of family secure and policy charges, ayan, ano yung nakalagay? Less 28,500 premium charge. So the first 2 years, the premium charge kasi ni family secure is 95%. So yan, so 1,500 will be left to be at the net investable amount. Less the year's admin charge, 100 a month, 1,200 a year, and less the 5,800 cost of insurance. So that's the cost of insuring 30-year-old DJ for 2,850,000. So the first year, in year 1, the account value, there's a shortfall of 5,500. But that's okay because a coverage protector is intact. In year 2, age 31, again, nagbayad ng 30,000, the premium charge is still 20,500. 1,500 left to be invested, 1,200 for the admin charge, 5,800 again to cover the cost of insurance. And may shortfall last year na 5,500. The total shortfall na in year 2 is 11,000 pesos. And so we're showing this to you to be fully transparent so that you will also be prepared to answer our clients. This is one of madalas to kasing itanong yung shortfall. Bakit may shortfall? So that is what happens because of this enormous coverage. Also, the cost of insurance, of course, is high plus the premium charges. Yan, year 3, again 30,000. Ano nga sa year 3? I think I have 40%. I think 95, 40.
40%.
Yeah, 40%. Thank you. 12,000 premium charge, so 18,000 in net investable amount. Again, less 1,200 for the year na admin charge and 5,800 na cost of insurance. Then the 11,000 shortfall, yan, zero na, nag-even out na. So yeah, if you notice, if you try this out, try making a quotation of family secure on your IPOS, you will see na in the 4th year saka siya nagkakaroon ng account value dun sa ating illustration. Yan. Year 4, saka lang siya ng 18,176. dahil pababa na rin yung premium charge, and of course, we have settled the shortfall. And sinasabi namin, so ano pag namatay si client, so wag na si DJ dito. Paano pag namatay yung kliyente prior to the next premium due date? So ayan, so may shortfall, 30, bago siya mag-32, bago makapagbayad ng premium na dead si client. So the death benefit again is 2,850,000. Plus the 285,000 na protection bonus at 10%, total of 3,135,000, less the shortfall of 11,000 incurred during the first 2 years. So ang makukuha nung dependents ni client, na beneficiaries ni client, is 3,124,000. So as a protection product, it's still the best because of the protection bonus, parang hindi rin naman na-affect yung coverage. So ano naman if namatay yung kliyente after the grace period? Yan, so we need to watch out for this. If we were not able to pay and we namatay si client on a shortfall year, kumbaga may shortfall pa, it's considered lapsed. So walang death benefit na makukuha. So as financial advisors also, we need to watch out for this. We need to also remind our clients to also settle their premiums diligently every year or every payment due. Okay, so that's also why the coverage protector goes on for 10 years para insured na may coverage client kahit na mababa pa yung account value, or in this case may shortfall pa. Next is fund switching. So we can shift funds from, kung gusto niyo mag-bond fund and then pupunta kayo mag-equity index fund, pwede. The thing lang is, of course, the advantage is option to transfer existing investment from one fund to another. We get to tap the opportunities for that particular fund. So, for example, bonds actually performed quite well last year in 2020, and now it's foreseen na the shift, yung growth will go back to the equities market. So, for example, naka-bond fund si client, pwede siya lumipat ng equity index fund or strategic growth fund. Now, for fund switching, for Family Secure, we can switch funds 4 times for free every policy year. If we are to shift for a 5th time or 6th time, 7th time, may 1% of the amount to be switched na deduct from the 5th transaction onwards. So less, kumbaga, kung maglilipat tayo ng 10,000, 9,900 na lang yung malilipat. Yun. But for 4 switches, wala pa naman ako nakikita or nakikilala na nagsuswitch ng more than 4 times in a year. When we go into investments and presenting investments, hindi ko na lang i-preempt yung presentation doon. We will find out why it might be unhealthy also to keep on switching. But in the case of Family Secure, we can switch 4 times every policy year. If we still want to switch for a 5th or 6th and 7th or consecutive time within that policy year, may 1% lang na charge or deduction dun sa sinishift natin. The next year, reset po ulit yan. Free ulit yung 4 years. Yan. So the benefit of this is, of course, yan. What we need for fund switching is, of course, the investment change form. We will discuss all the forms also in the Rookie Academy. So, but for now, yan, if you were to search for the appropriate form on our website or on the agency portal, it's the investment change form. And the benefit of this is it allows client to change asset allocation at any given time. Ayan, again, to optimize potential returns, to grab opportunities and growth sa kanyang investment. Ayan, medyo madami po. Wala pa tayo dun sa ito pa lang si Family Secure as a basic plan. Wala pa po yung mga riders. Next is redemption. So another feature is, of course, you can withdraw from the fund, subject to guidelines on charges and minimum amounts. In the case of charges, so there are no charges. Yung minimum amounts na lang yung kailangan nating i-watch out for. So maintain an account value. Hindi pwedeng if we need to, ayan, we need to maintain our fund, our chosen fund. So ito lang naman yung minimum maintaining balance. We need to retain 1,000 pesos dun sa fund na yon. Also, that's also the cost of shifting din. If we need to shift, mga 1,000 pesos din po yung minimum to shift. Yan. Benefits of course, there's available funds anytime. So Family Secure actually can also be, well, supposedly, syempre sana naturuan na natin sila ng emergency fund, but kung ito yung emergency ng emergency fund. Yan. There's a question from Zach Lang. Does the free fund switch 4 times per policy year apply for all our VUL plans or just for FAMSEC? Ang alam ko, it applies to every plan, every VUL plan. But I will check on that. But ang alam ko, it applies to all VUL plans. Kahit money tree. So 4 times ang free switch per year. And then on the fifth time to switch, ayan, may 1% ng deduction. And thank you, Zach, for that question. And ayun. And so guys, reminder lang din, hindi porket ako yung nandito sa harap, I am the super expert on the product. I've studied it. And of course, dahil nga matagal na yung history namin, I know a lot about it. But sometimes I can also forget or iba sa dami rin ng produkto natin, na baka napaghahalo ko na. But ayun, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, all VULs for 4 times na switching is allowed for free, and then may 1% na dun sa next na switches, 5th and succeeding switches. And yan, again, another feature, and I guess after this we can stop for questions or for me, for water break. It's the option to attach riders. So again, as I said, comprehensive ang pwedeng i-attach na riders sa Family Secure. We can choose to add benefits to cover disability, accident, almost everything. So what are the attachable riders? Of course, all the kinds of waivers of premium. So that's the waiver of premium, waiver of premium plus, waiver of premium for critical illness. For payer owners, there's payer's benefit for death and disability. And of course, we can attach all the kinds of critical illness riders. That's critical illness, early stage critical illness, and accelerated critical illness. And of course, we can attach A&H to Family Secure. And the fourth is we can attach the hospital confinement benefit, the full line of hospital confinement benefit to Family Secure. And the benefit of this, of course, is we can tailor fit the plan to avail of a more comprehensive coverage. Okay, so eto na. So we will be talking about the riders. But before we go to the riders, meron ba kayong question dun sa basic plan? No, so I'll take this time to drink water. No questions? If so far you understand, can I, pwede bang makita lang? Yan, clear, DJ. Yan, DJ said clear. If it's also clear with everyone else, can you type in clear? So far, baka kasi nahihiya. Ayan ha, dito po tayo ay disipulo po sana tayo lahat ni Susan Roses. Huwag po tayong mahihiyang magtanong. Yan, clear naman. Jackie, clear. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. But I'm glad naman our leaders are here also. So if there are unclear questions, of course, you can approach us and ask kung hindi pa dumarating sa inyo yung tanong right now. Ayan. Sige. So clear naman daw so far. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Ayan, Sir Richard.
Yeah.
Yes, Sir Richard.
Yung request natin for key life events, that has to be done within 1 year, no, of the event, no?
Yes po. So if you get married this year,
Saka 60, hindi na pala pwede.
yun lang, if you are already 60 years old, hindi na pwedeng key in. Kasi supposedly at 60, ini-enjoy mo na yung last key event. Retirement po, retirement.
Oo. Okay. Sige, yun lang. Thank you very much, Red.
Yun. Thank you then, Sir Richard. So yes, again, reminder lang, key life events, if you want to, if your client, or you, if you are your own client with Family Secure, if you want to enter a key life event, benefit has to be done within the year that key life event happened. Okay, riders. So again, I will ask for your attention. Ayan, tulad ng paghingi ng attention namin ng aming barangay na wag daw lumabas nang hindi nakamas. Because actually, if you listen to all the riders to the rider discussion now, mas mabilis tayo for all the other plans, because basically this is just they are just derivatives of all these riders. So Family Secure, kaya sinasabi ko lagi, Family Secure is the mother of all VULs of Philam Life. Okay. So if you're ready, can you may question po ba? Wala naman, na ano lang. Ayan, so if you're ready for the riders, can you type in an exclamation point para lang din alam ko that you're still listening and you're still getting this. Yan, Nika, thank you. Israel, thank you. Anthony, Karina, tatlo pa. Thank you very much for that affirmation. Yan, Gian. All right. Buti na lang yung tumbler ko 750 at may dala pa ako isa pang bote ng tubig. Yan, Zyril, thank you very much for your responses. Okay, so let's dive into riders. Let's discuss each one. So let's begin with the disability riders. So we will talk about the disability waiver of premium plus. Ito na kaagad because basically the waiver of premium lang lacks just one thing versus waiver of premium plus. The advantage of waiver of premium plus or the waiver of premium is, of course, it excuses the payment of all premiums due under the policy and provides annual disability income while the insured is suffering from total and permanent disability during the paying period. So medyo kakaiba siya versus WPCI, and of course yung waiver premium critical illness and waiver of premium lang because of the annual disability income while the insured is suffering from total and permanent disability during the payment period. So an example, ayoko nang gawin si DJ to, si client na lang. Yan. So for example, the basic face amount is 1 million. Sample lang, of course, 30,000, it's probably more. The basic face amount is 1 million. The annual premium is 30,000. So nag-pay for 20 years. Of course, it's regular pay. Si insured was paralyzed irrevocably in year 10. May nangyari na paralisa. So the client is now, of course, totally and permanently disabled. So in this case lang, in this scenario, let's just say na payment na 20 years. So for years 10 hanggang year 20, the next 10 years, the premiums will be waived plus there will be annual disability income. Ayan, paano po ba i-compute yung yung annual disability income? So annual disability income is equal to the basic annual premium waived. So basic annual premium in this case is the 30,000 annual premium. Same underwriting as waiver of premium. Kaya, di ba, we jumped into plus and the premium rate is 1.9 of waiver of premium rate. Ayan. So plan will continue regardless of not being able to pay for it. So si Philam Life na will pay for it. Let me just look at my notes. to share with you the waiver of premium. Ayan. Ayan, it's 1.9 per year. 1.9 per 1 times 1.9 of the waiver of premium rate. So in this case, wala yung breakdown of waiver of premium. But when we generate a family secure, naka-breakdown kasi yung rider nun. So yung disability income is equal to the yan, yung 30,000 ibibigay yan yearly din sa client as a annual disability income. And in this case, the sample is just paying period 20 years. Of course, family secure is regular pay. So basically, the 30,000 na total and permanent disability income, yung 30,000 every year will last the client until the age of 100. Yeah. So the plan will continue again, no matter what, and may even provide income replacement. Another form of disability rider. Ayun, so we jumped into waiver of premium plus agad because basically waiver of premium, wala lang siyang annual disability income. Payers benefit death and disability. Excuse me. Again, in this case, it excuses payment of premiums due to a juvenile policy. What's a juvenile policy? It's an insured person na bata, minor. So hindi pa siya pwedeng mag-own ng insurance. So the PBDD or PBD for kung death lang yung kukunin is for the parent or for the policy owner lang. Yan. So example in this case, again, same example. In this case, the insured is 0, so baby pa. And iba yung nagbabayad. Si client is the owner. Yan, the payer owner is age 35. In this sample lang, for example, 20 years yung binabayaran. Namatay si payer or yung parent nung child, nung insured at year 10. So from year 10 until year 20, if the payment period is year 20, again, all premiums are waived. So si Philam Life na po ang magsasettle. So in the case of family secure, this goes on until the age of 100. And some things to note lang. So payers benefit death only. So walang disability. Issue ages for the minor, it can be issued to the payer owner kung ang minor is 0 to 17 years old. Payer can be insured and can be insured with PBDD or PBD death lang until the age of 60 and disability with 18 to hanggang 55 because disability coverage is hanggang mga 65 lang din. Termination ages for the payers benefit death and disability ends when the minor turns 25. So pag 25 na siya, terminated na rin yung waiver, in this case, waiver of premium, PBDD. In the case of the payer, let's say matanda na, si lolo ang kumuha para sa apo. So mauuna siyang mag-75 kaysa mag-25 yung apo. Ayan, magta-terminate na rin po yung payer's benefit for death and disability. If in disability side, it terminates at age 60. Baka sabihin niyo, bakit ganon? Ang unfair. The rationale behind this is at age 60 daw kasi at that age, we are more prone to disability and sickness. So naka-compute na rin po yan. So again, if they are getting payers benefit for death and disability, the termination year for the payer, if it's disability 60, but if it's death, hanggang age 75 po. Yan, so protection plan will continue no matter what. Now, waiver of premium for critical illness rider. So kanina, waiver of premium and waiver of premium plus, PBDD for payer owner. Next is the waiver of premium for critical illness rider. So WPCI. So in this case, this is extended benefit. So WPCI, advantage is waives a total premium of the policy equivalent to basic premium plus regular top-up and special top-up if applicable. So again, ito po yung makino-cover ng waiver of premium. The basic premium in the sample is 30,000. The regular top-up if there is any. And the special top-up, again, if there is any, kung kunyari substandard yung health natin. Upon diagnosis of any of the 56 covered major critical illnesses. So, hindi ko alam kung nalagay ko dito yung list, but we'll discuss the 56 major critical illnesses when we discuss active health invest plus. So, yan. Basta, please note that the waiver of premium for CI applies pag nagkaroon ng 56 covered major critical illnesses. Ngayon, why is it more comprehensive? Because actually total and permanent disability is considered a major critical illness, of course. So kasama na din yon. Ayan, again, plan will continue despite diagnosis of any qualified major critical illness. Yan, quick features. Charges will follow the basic plan and will now have male and female rates. What does this mean? If you notice, even if you generate a policy for 30-year-old male or a female, medyo iba po yung computation ng cost of insurance niyan. And sometimes hindi pareho yung coverage because I'm sorry for hindi naman sorry, but ang rationale behind it is mas prone daw to diseases and mas prone daw to sickness ang mga babae. Hindi po ako nagsabi niya, nasa Philam Life guidelines po yan, and I believe it's in the Insurance Commission guidelines also. Ayan, so waiver of premium for critical illness, the termination age is if when the client reaches the age of 75. There's an elimination period lang for the waiver of premium for critical illness. So sana hindi magkasakit si kliyente, si insured or si insured within 90 days from the effective date of the policy. Ito po yung elimination period for health plans. So kasama po si waiver of premium for critical illness here. Okay. Yeah, if there's any questions, please feel free to interject in the chat box para po mapag-usapan natin. Okay, so let's go to the first of 3 critical illness riders. The first one is the plain critical illness rider. So basically, major critical illness kaagad ang coverage nito. The feature, again, the CI, critical illness rider. So it provides a one-time lump sum benefit to the insured upon diagnosis of any of the 56 covered major critical illnesses. May survival period. Once diagnosed of a critical illness, the insured person must survive for 14 days. Sounds morbid, but yun, kailangan 2 weeks after diagnosis, buhay pa rin si client. Para mabigay itong critical illness rider. Otherwise, yung life insurance coverage yung ibibigay. Yeah, ayan, the list of the 56 major critical illnesses. So yung marked in red is heart attack, stroke, cancer. Yan yung pinaka-common na diseases. The top 3 here in the country. And then there are these things also. The list is well, we can make this available din naman. We will post it in the GC if needed be. And of course, this is also in I believe this is already in the Starbright forum if you need references. And of course, all the health plan primers also list the 56 major critical illnesses. So wag na po natin isa-isahin kasi mas tatagal tayo. If you have questions about the list, please just feel free to ask and para masagot natin. Okay. Ayan, again, quick features lang ng WPCI. Same lang din, termination age is 75, elimination period applies. So dapat hindi magkasakit si client within 90 days from effectivity date. And survival period, kung na-diagnose, dapat 2 weeks, 14 days from diagnosis, buhay pa rin si client so that we might be able to claim the critical illness rider. Yan. Again, the benefit of this is the client can now avoid financial worries of critical illness treatment so they can focus on getting better. So, di ba, mas less stressful pag alam na may mapagkukunan ng pambayad, may resources for treatment. Yan. So, ano bang before introducing the next kind of critical illness rider, first is this news. So this comes from the greateasternlife.com. This is a person from Singapore, and it came out in 2014. And I believe this is also the inspiration for the next rider kung bakit gumawa si Philam Life ng ganun. Meron siyang 3 CI policies that $77,000 over the years. So nakapagbayad siya ng $77,000 Singaporean dollars. She was diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. The condition is considered non-invasive, which does not fall into the category of critical illness. Nalungkot siya, of course. She was upset that her critical illness insurance policies did not pay out the claims kasi hindi pa daw siya major. Hindi pa siya considered a critical illness. That's why Philam Life came up with an early stage critical illness rider. So that's the feature. The advantage of this over the critical illness rider, as
yun explain is surgical tipo. Kita no magilamuda talaga yan.
Sorry, is that a question?
Hindi, baka na-unmute lang.
Okay. Ayan, so the advantage of this versus the critical illness rider is if diagnosed with a minor or early stage critical illness, the insured upon diagnosis will receive 25% of the coverage amount. So, ayan, and for the case of early stage critical illness, the benefit can be claimed 4 times if due to different early stage conditions. What do we mean? If, for example, si client, I think the next slide illustrates that. Ayan, so I'll just show you na lang then the list of early stage critical illness conditions. There are 11, and ano yung difference niya between what's early stage, what's a full-blown CI, and bakit 4? So for example, ayan, carcinoma in situ, or in meaning cancer in sight of covered organs. So may na-detect lang na cancer, that's still early stage. Early stage malignancy, which is basically stage 0 cancer, that's still early stage. So hindi pa siya considered a critical illness because it can still be cured. Yan. So in that case, pwede ka ma-cover with the early stage critical illness 25%. So for example, our early stage critical illness ESCI coverage is 1,250,000 ay i-release for that early stage malignancy. And yung sabi kanina, we can avail of it 4 times basta iba't ibang critical illness, early stage critical illness. So for example, gumaling yung early stage malignancy na treat. Gumaling, thank God, because of the 250,000. Next is nagkaroon ng less severe heart disease. So that's another 250,000. Gumaling pa din. Biglang na-aksidente, biglang kailangan ng major organ transplant. Nasa waiting list dahil matagal makakuha ng mga organs, iba. That's another 250,000. Liver surgery, another early stage illness. Kung gumaling pa rin doon, di ba? Another 250,000. Basta hanggang maubos po yung pondo ng ating coverage. In this case, yung 1 million. 4 times na tig to 25%. Para di ba kompleto, 1 million. Ngayon, paano naman kung nag-progress? So again, yung sample kanina is carcinoma in situ, leads to cancer, or in this case, cerebral shunt insertion, endovascular treatment for aneurysm. Ang kanyang end-stage condition is a stroke. Yan, less severe heart disease of heart attack, kidney disease, kidney failure. Yon. If ang nangyari is nag-claim na for early-stage critical illness for less severe kidney disease, 250,000 for a 1 million coverage. Nag-progress yung sickness niya to kidney failure. The remaining 750,000 will be given to the client. Yan. That's how ESCI works. Yan. Just again, quick features of ESCI. Again, may basic plan. Let's just focus on the determination age. ESCI. Wait, may question lang po si Myra. Can I ask lang if you have questions, you can ask it dun sa pang everyone to see para baka kasi tanong din nila yan. But anyway, I'll just repeat the question. The question is, may contestability period po ba sa early stage critical illness? Nakita daw ni Myra yung sagot. Ayan, it's not really a contestability period. I guess you can consider it like that, but the meron siyang elimination period, 90 days from effective date. Yung contestability po kasi, that's another term, that's for the 2 years na pwedeng i-question ang mga claims. Yan. Survival period, of course, kailangan mabuhay po yung diagnosed patient ng 14 days para po ma-release yung coverage, just like the critical illness. So again, the added benefit lang is pwedeng mag-claim for early stage or minor illnesses. Okay. Ba tayo? Can I get a thumbs up or an exclamation point if we're still okay? Ayan. Thank you, DJ. Siyempre, ang proponent. Ayan. Karina, thank you, Anthony. Ayan. Kaya po ako nag-disclaimer, mahaba po talaga ang Family Secure. But once you understand this one, the other products, the other VULs will be easy because basically we've discussed all the kinds of riders. So, adjustment na yan. Thank you for the support, Nika, Miss Nina, of course, and Marina. Wow, meron pang galing-galing mo rin. Salamat po, Miss Nins. Ayan. Other benefits. So, may extra pa po. May extra pa po ang ESCI. If magpapa-angioplasty si client, hiwalay pa po yan. There's a 10% additional coverage to be paid pag magpapa-angioplasty. So, kunyari, again, the early stage critical illness is 1 million. Pag si client na may ESCI na rider ay magpapa-angioplasty, I think that's a procedure for the lungs. Si Boss IB nagganon eh. 100,000 will be given on top pa of the ESCI benefit. So hindi po mababawasan yung 1 million. Heart, si Gian. Thank you, bro, for that clarification. Ayan, 20% of the early stage critical illness coverage should be paid for diabetic complications on top of the ESCI benefit. Just to clarify, kailangan po hindi diabetic nung nag-apply or na-approve. In the first place, madalas po kasi nade-decline pag diabetic yung client. But if in the course of the policy, saka lang siya nagkaroon ng diabetes, for any diabetic complications, kasi mas sunod-sunod po yan eh. It can affect the lungs, the heart, everything. 20% of the early stage benefit will be given. This is on top pa. So if 1 million, 200,000 will be given to the client as a benefit to treat diabetic complications. Ayan. And a benefit will also be given if insured was diagnosed with any one of the defined 56 major critical illnesses equal to the remaining rider coverage less all previously paid early stage critical illness benefits. Ayun. Yes, Gian. So thank you. pwedeng diabetics can still be approved for insurance. So I have clients who are diabetic. They are approved for life insurance. Pero mostly declined yan for CI riders, critical illness coverages. So salamat Gian. Baka kasi pag nalaman yung diabetic, hindi nyo na-offeran. So tama si Gian, no? Pwede pa po siya sa life insurance. Medyo malabo lang po sa critical illness. Yan. Yung third na benefit lang, yun yung sinasabi natin kanina na yan, we can avail of the ESCI coverage early stage for 4 times or 25% each time for a different illness. Okay. Kaya naka-box. The benefit of ESCI, if this is the rider, the critical illness rider you choose or the client chooses to attach, it avoids, again, the financial worries of early stage critical illness treatment. So hindi na siya matutulad dun sa Singaporean na dahil sa non-invasive niyang breast cancer, ayaw siyang ibigyan ng kanyang critical illness benefit. So in this case, meron na siyang agad benefit. Okay. Just a summary of the 3 kinds. Well, the 2, bago tayo pumunta dun sa last kind, the critical illness rider, basically one-time lump sum if diagnosed with the 56 critical illnesses. The waiver of premium for critical illness follows that philosophy. Kailangan ma-diagnose of the 56 critical illnesses. Early stage critical illness, of course, the difference lang is may 25% benefit for early stage illnesses. Next, still with the critical illnesses, next is the accelerated critical illness benefit rider. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na I availed of sa Family Secure. So I got a basic Family Secure plan with an accelerated critical illness benefit rider. So what does this mean? The advantage of the ACI, so ACI po yung acronym for accelerated critical illness benefit rider. Kita naman doon. It pays 100% of the death benefit upon diagnosis of any of the 56 covered critical illnesses. So the difference niya lang is the critical illness rider and the ESCI, they are independent of the face amount. But in the case of accelerated critical illness benefit rider, it makes the face amount and the critical illness coverage one and the same. Basically, whatever comes first. Now, why do I like this for Family Secure? Let's see the example. The Family Secure, so the death benefit is equal to the account value plus face amount. And so for example, the face amount is 1 million pesos. And then, yan, timeline. He got the